Good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. O'Don here in the Tri-State Traffic Show Traffic Center. And actually, let me just start things off by saying I think our camera kind of moved here just a little bit. There we go. Welcome to an early Tuesday morning. Apologize coming on a little bit late, but I have an appointment to get to at 9 o'clock. So we're going to roll things till about 8:35 or so. Then I have to run because it's a hard in time there for a meeting at 9 a.m. this morning. So fortunately, just had to get ready here, so that's why we're just a little bit late, and also was waiting for weather to process and things like that. So anyway, we are here on this October the 25th, 2022. We welcome you to the big broadcast. It's fairly mild out there, no questions about that. Again, I'm just waiting for the weather to dial in here this morning, and I think we actually do have it. Let me just see if I can see it there. Yeah, we do. All right, so let's take down the banner. We're going to put in all four of our sponsors here for the next hour. Let's do that. Let me go to the weather center now. So I think we're going to start it off with the weather again with this mild start here this morning. So let's jump right into it.
Thank you, Don. As we take a look at our headlines, you have a chance of showers for tomorrow and sunny skies and warm temperatures later in the week. Possible rain will come on Halloween. As we take a look at our commute forecast, at 6 and 7 a.m., there will probably be some precipitation, and at 8 a.m., there is going to just be some cloud coverage, but it's going to be clear. And looking at that p.m. commute, nothing but drizzle and just some cloudy skies. Take a look at today's highs. We have a high of 71 in Piscataway, New Jersey, 68 in New York City, 69 in White Plains, and 67 in Milford, Connecticut. Taking a look at tonight's lows, 62 in Piscataway, 64 in New York City, 62 in White Plains, and 62 in Milford, Connecticut. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, sir, and good morning to you there in the Weather Watchers Club here this morning. Again, it's a fairly mild start, if you want to put it at that. I mean, I have almost 62 degrees here in the traffic center. So again, you know that you're kind of off to a mild start once again when you have temperatures this warm, and that is Andrew George in the Weather Center for the Weather Watchers Club. Andrew, thank you, sir, for the update here this morning. I'm going to take a quick look at some of the other issue is the fog. I mean, look at these temperatures: 65 at Kabreski, 65 in Farmingdale, 62 at LaGuardia, 61 in Somerville. You know, like a week or so ago, we were down into the upper 20s. I mean, how is that even possible? A 30-plus degree swing in about a week's time. Look at it, it's almost 70 degrees here in Shirley. I mean, that is just insane with those temperatures. Alexander, good morning to you. Good morning, my friend. Thanks for joining us here as always. And buenos dias, Anna, from a very foggy Homedale. I can barely see my neighbor's house. Yeah, that's going to be an issue here. We'll get to some of the cameras, but let's run down the incidents here. Starting in New Jersey once again, and it's just exploding as usual. This is new. 130 south of Browning Road in Brooklawn. One right lane is shut. Eastern spur of the Turnpike going north of 15W. Have a crash on the shoulder. There's pothole repairs, surprisingly, here east at River Road. That's coming on the local side. 19 heading north of Willow Glade Road in Linden. Two left lanes are shut. Well, I think there's a camera there. The Turnpike Eastern spur going north of 15E. Watch for a crash on the ramp. And jackknife tractor trailer. Everything is shut going up to the upper level to the George. Whoa. That's what that is. So the George Washington Bridge has got to be like 90 plus minutes, or it's got to be pretty damn well close to it. Here. Lower is about 35 to 40, 45 at the Lincoln, about 40 here at the Holland. The only reason it says 4 is because where the sensors are, that picks up from a certain point, but it's up to that point is where the issues arise. Let's see if we can see there is a camera here on Route 4. at 95. If they don't have moved this camera, then either the camera's broken or they're just not awake. And there it is. Oof. Ah, look at that. Right there. Oh boy. Wow. That's a stiff hit right there. Dog next door is not liking it either. Let's see. Are we back on the Route 80? Look at that ugly, soupy mess. So again, all that traffic is, as the information, oh, this dog is just going crazy. Um, so here we go. The information signs that are along here are putting up that the express lanes are closed. So all the truck traffic is making its way now into the local lanes. I would say the George Washington Bridge is probably a good 90 to 2 hours here because of the situation there. I probably get air on the caution side and go with 2 hours. Go with 2 hours here at the George. I mean, look at 1-9 is just getting absolutely hammered here. I mean, it is just a catastrophe again. It's crazy. We just can't catch a break at all. I mean, it's the weather. It's just awful. The visibility, the little bit of light mist, rain. We have leaves down. Things are awfully slippery out there. So let's kind of run down the delays. 17 getting south of what's this, Saddle River Road? No, Franklin Turnpike, really, Hohokus into Paramus, and then 208 from Cedar Hill Avenue all the way down to Fairlawn Avenue. Both ways of 80 is a little bit busy up by Route 20. Eastbound 46, and that's a mess in the Little Falls. And then west on Route 3 is heavy getting out to Route 46. Westbound Route 3 is heavy right off of 21. And then your Parkway is just a multi-mile mess here, just awful conditions. This is a work from home day today. Wow. 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 Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I said I'd turn the air conditioner on. Actually, it was it's a little warm in here. It's off. Now I'm up to 63 degrees. Ah. All right. So that's one big issue there. Eastbound 80. It looks like we may have a crash here before Howard Boulevard. Something's going on here. Up by 206. Or actually just east of that. 287 both ways here in Parsippany is busy. Look at Route 23. Seeing a lot of traffic from 202 all the way down in towards Route 80. Again, your Parkway is heavy from 132 all the way to 153. The Turnpike, you get a little relief between 13A and 14, but then up onto 15E, 15W, Turnpike 11 all the way up to 13 is a parking lot. Northbound 287 right off the Driscoll Bridge is heavy. And then continues to be heavy between exits 8 up through 12. South is heavy into 14 down to 13. Again, I think there was something that happened here earlier on 287. 10 to 12, saying all lanes are open. Let's go to 1-9. See what we have. This is out by the Bayway Refinery, and they're looking for it, but it's a little bit too far down the line. This is at Wood Avenue. Well, it would help if the camera worked, but not going to happen. That is right in here, right in there. So we are backed up all the way passing Aviation Plaza, the shopping center. We're back into Rahway. That's how bad that is. Getting out to East Hazelwood Avenue, Lawrence Street. So that's going to run you about 30 minutes, about 25 minutes or so, getting through the traffic lights. This is Merck. So, you know, if you're coming in from the south out of Middlesex County and you use 19, you may want to somehow get over to 35 and St. George's Avenue and kind of come in the back way there to Merck this morning. I think is going to be the more optimal way to get to Merck facility. Widen things up just a bit, and you can see it is just getting drilled here on the Parkway, getting up and over the Driscoll Bridge. We're back to the Bon Jovi rest area. 35 is heavy both ways. What is that? Cliffwood Beach, Lawrence Harbor. I don't know why. There's a lot of heavy traffic there. I think some are just bailing off the Parkway once they're getting word of the delays. Getting up and over the Driscoll, north on 18 is heavy. Edgeboro up to Route 1. Lots of stop and go traffic along Route 1. Again, this visibility is just awful. 295, we're seeing a ton of traffic from 195 all the way up to Route 1. Haven't really seen much in the way of that over the last couple of weeks. Inbound side of 29 through the Trenton Tunnel is busy. 195, 33. Your Parkway is good. North on the Parkway at 89 up to 91. That is going to be a slow ride. Let's see, 55, 42, just a wreck of traffic here as you get up into Belmar. Both ways to 295, exits 29, 30 is just a mess. So is 168, 73 is heavy, 70. Ben Franklin is busy. Walt Whitman, we're fine. Let's go to 55, Route 9, Parkway, Cape May, Wildwood, Avalon, Sea Isle City is good. 7:50 is our time. Connor says, good morning. Good morning, sir. Any traffic updates for me before I head over to Middlesex College? Not sure how the traffic conditions are right now. All right, let's take a look, bud. Let's see. There's Middlesex College for you. There's Woodbridge Avenue off of Route 1. That's good. Widen up, unfortunately, 18. A lot of stop and go traffic here, Connor, from Edgeboro straight up into Route 1. But that's kind of normal to be expected. There's nothing out of the ordinary there. You know, if you're going to make your way over towards Route 1, I'd say give yourself another 10 minutes just to negotiate the 18 traffic. And then once you cross the bridge here, the Morrison Goodkind Bridge out by the Edison, the Open Road Honda Edison Diner. Little slow here as you come into Old Post Road on Woodbridge Avenue. You know, nothing terrible, quite honestly. Other than that, you're in pretty good shape there. All right, so that's the report for Connor. I have to go to Connecticut first because second, I should say, because there was a earlier problem on 95. Let's see if it's still there. No. We have delays 29, 11, 9 through 5. I'll go 29 really through 5. 52, 42 on the Merritt. Really 52 to 37 is crowded. So we're going to jump across all this real quick. There was an accident somewhere on 95. I think it was down by 18 or so. And Connor says, thanks. Yes, thank you, sir. Again, our show is sponsored by Crime for Vanilla Bean Creamery, Travels with Darley, Shaved Cave, and also Maxim Motor Cars, LLC. So again, there's our normal delays on the Merritt. So is 95, Bridgeport, Fairfield, down through Darien and Stamford this morning. Let's go back to the city now. I just wanted to populate that to see if that accident was still there. It is not. So the city itself has got no incidents on the page here, so that's good, but there's just a ton of traffic everywhere. And again, this fog is just brutal. East along the expressway here from 440 over to Verrazano, both ways of the belt out by Flatbush Avenue, inbound Gowanus. Just the normal delays here on the BQE to the Brooklyn Bridge, west of the belt out by the Van Wyck. The Van Wyck here at Hillside and Jamaica Avenues is good. The Midtown Tunnel, that is running about 30 minutes or so, about 10 here at the Ed Koch. Both ways, the BQE heavy here into Queens Boulevard, and then we continue over to the LIE Grand Central. Looks like there may be an accident here just before the LIE Grand Central, both ways. Passing St. John's, and then the LIE as you get out through Casino Boulevard is a mess. Both ways, the Cross Island, essentially from Northern Boulevard down to the Cross Island, to the Grand Central. Both ways here up by Bayside Marina. The northbound side is just getting destroyed here. A ton of traffic up to the Whitestone. Passing LaGuardia is busy. Getting up in the RFK Triborough. Again, the weather is just awful out there with the light mist and the fog. Westbound Cross Bronx, southbound southbound Bruckner is busy. Bronx River Parkway. Heading south into Allerton Avenue, and look at this Sawmill Henry Hudson combination to the west side. I mean, you've got nowhere to go. It goes all the way back to Yonkers onto the Cross County. And then the Thruway Deegan combination is just getting hammered southbound on the NET coming into 14 or just before 14 is busy. Maybe 13 Connor Street, that area. Let's just go to some of the spot checks of the cameras here. But before we do that, I want to bring in the Long Island incident page, dial that up, see what we got. Northern State, the shoulder is shut westbound at 106, 107 Brush Hollow Road. LIE, the shoulder is shut at 41. Okay. See that. I mean, look at it. You can't even see it with the fog. Look how heavy this fog is. Foot off gas. Sure, my friend Tim Tyrell will be throwing an injunction. I feel like he made that up. I bet she's probably got a copy written knowing Timmy. Wow. Let's see here. Again, these are just some spot checks, the traffic, but it's also more for the weather as well. Can barely see. It's got to be quarter mile or less in certain spots with this fog. Brutal fog, especially as you get into the valley here, down into that's actually not bad, surprisingly. Traffic wise it's terrible, but let's spin it over to the Belt Parkway. Unfortunately, those cameras in the belt, they don't work. This is on Staten Island. Staten Island is notorious for fog getting up to Toad Hill Road. Yeah. Waterfront, there's the Gowanus. Oof, look at all that. Where is everyone going, right? My goodness. 7:56 is our time. Again, you're watching Tri-State Traffic Show here on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to 8:30 this morning. I know we're a little bit late, but you have something to get to at 9. So we're going to cut it a little bit short, unfortunately, but we'll make it up for tomorrow. What is today? The 25th? I'll bring you some more information during the rest of the week, but for the month of November, looks like Mondays and Tuesdays, there will not be a show as of I stand now. It'll only be Wednesday through Friday because I'm filling in doing the updates, the news anchoring for MeTV. So I have to be at the studio like at 7:30. So it just gets to be a little bit too much trying to put together the show and trying to concentrate and get up and do that. So, but we'll see. We'll see how the workflow goes. Next Monday we should be good, but next Tuesday there will be no show a week from today. And then after that, Mondays and Tuesdays through November, and maybe even be into December as well. But we'll figure that out. Again, as much as I completely love doing the show, it's just amazing. You know, the landlord thinks otherwise, so I got to pay the bills. So we'll have more information for you during the rest of the week. What am I doing is what I'm thinking. Let's do the Hudson Valley incident page now. Yeah, Van Winkle, Beacon, Rhinecliff, there, all the bridges there with fog. Southbound Thruway 14 down to the bridge. Crashing 41 in Rockland. All lanes closed at DeSalvo Court in Chestnut Ridge. Okay. Back to our maps. Check out Long Island. I think something may be going on here onto the Meadowbrook. No. We got the cameras. It could just be fog and slow going. Yeah, it's just a heavy ride here at M6. Wow, you can barely see anything out here. Oof, boy. Wow, I wonder what it is. Oh, wow, let's go even further to the south. Let's see how far. Wow. That can't be the right camera. Yeah, that's not working. Yep. What I thought. Nope. All it is. Socked in with fog. That's not going to work. Let's see it down here by Wantagh Park. Oh, well, maybe that one may be working. So that is the story. All right. Good morning, everybody. 8 o'clock is our time. Got 30 minutes left in the broadcast here this morning. I know we're a little bit late, but it's just what it was this morning. Facebook, YouTube, we are live here at 8 o'clock. We have Andrew George in the Weather Center. And you know what? Let's just go to Andy here now for another check of our forecast, because that's really the top story now. I'm going to repopulate this. Back to that. Let's go towards the next report here from Andrew in the Weather Center. Good morning, Andrew.
Thanks, Don. As we look at our headlines, we're going to have a chance of showers for tomorrow, sunny skies and warmer temperatures later in the week, and possible rain on Halloween. Taking a look at the commute forecast in the AM commute for 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. You're going to see a little bit of precipitation, but by 8 a.m. it'll be clear with just some cloudy skies. And looking at the PM commute at 4, 5, and 6 p.m., it'll be clear precipitation and it'll just be some clouds. Taking a look at today's high, we have a high of 71 in Piscataway, high of 69 in New York City, a high of 69 in White Plains, and a high of 67 in Milford. Take a look at tonight's lows. There's a low of 62 degrees in Piscataway, a low of 64 in New York City, a low of 62 in White Plains, and a low of 62 in Milford, Connecticut. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast. Today, we're going to have a 60% chance of showers with a high of 69 degrees. Tomorrow, there'll be a 30% chance of showers with a high of 73. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're all going to see some fairly sunny skies with highs in the 60s. And then on Monday, there's that 40% chance of showers with a high of 65 degrees. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Andrew. Nice job there, pal, in the Weather Center from the Weather Watchers group at Rutgers University. I do like the behind-the-scenes look. Very sharp, sharp-looking suit, my friend, and a shirt and tie combo. Like it. So let's run down some of these temperatures here. This is in real time this morning. That was from earlier today. Andy's hit. So we go 66 now in Shirley. It's remarkable how warm it is out there. And that is creating a lot of fuel for our fog. I wouldn't be surprised that there are some delays at the airports, but we'll take a look. So let's take first at the radar. Not much in the way of precip. Let's go to the South Jersey list. Let's see if we crack the 70-degree mark somewhere. Let's see. Allentown, Lehigh at 58. Doylestown at 61. Mount Holly at 61. Philadelphia Fog in 62. Pottstown, Limerick Airport at 57. So we're pretty uniform. It's almost like a big blanket that's keeping temperatures into the upper 50s to mid 60s or so. Let's see what Connecticut and Hudson Valley have to offer. Again, lower 60s here across the board. Let's go up to Monticello. Let's check in with that. Monticello at almost 60 degrees. I mean, less than a week ago, we were into the 20s. That's how things have changed so much. I mean, this weather is more like early September type temperatures with that light drizzle and fog and mist. So it is definitely ugly out there. Not going to lie to you there. Atlantic City, fog, mist at 61. Lakehurst Air Station there at 62. Go down to Cape May. Wildwood, fog and mist at 59. Ocean City at 57. And let's go to Montauk. Let's dial that in. 63, 66 at Shirley, 64 at Gabreski. All right, so you got your weather piece covered. Let's go to looking at the Long Island delays, then west in the LI heavy at 135. So this is kind of just normal stuff through Nassau. South here on the Sandy Coast, I think a lot of this, honestly, is just a lot of slow traffic because of the fog. People are eating it because it is really just brutal out there as far as our visibility. Let's continue to the east. Let's go out to the east here. We'll show you that sag. That can't be the right camera. Can it be? No. It is. Wow. Visibility looks pretty good there. That's interesting. So looks like maybe the sun is populating here through eastern Suffolk. That's exactly what it's doing. It's kind of burning off some of this fog. Wow. Not what I was expecting. So there it is at North Ocean Avenue. That's in Suffolk. And then as you make your way into Nassau County, you can see how foggy and just ugly it is. Wow, it is a tale of two counties and a tale of parts of Long Island. There is Jericho Turnpike at South Oyster Road and Jackson Avenue. Wow, it's like right around from the old stopping grounds. Jackson Avenue. You make a right here that takes you to the Syosset train station. It used to be a King Cullen or something like that we used to go to get food. Working the overnight. Connor, hey Don, traffic update for you. US 1 South Brunswick near Ridge Road has an accident. Excellent, Connor. Thank you, sir. We'll dial that in just a moment. We'll go back to the list and see if that populated. Thank you, sir. I haven't seen this area in years. But again, you can just see really the tale of two parts of Long Island. It is just, it's bizarre how out here the sun is shining and at Vets Highway. I mean, look at that. Actually clearing up the skies from this morning mess. Look at that. You can see that sun burning it off here at Sills Road. Unfortunately, that's as far east the cameras take us. The 25A, the North Shore. Terrible cameras, but again, you can really just see just the difference of, well, look at the fog here on the Cross Bronx. You can't even see. It's less than a quarter mile, but out in eastern Suffolk County, really, we're looking at visibilities going to be way up that sun. Okay. So there we go. We've got that story for us. Heavy here in Sunrise Highway, getting out towards our Hamptons. Watermill, Bridgehampton, again, Connecticut. There are your delays on the Merritt from, I'd say, stretching back to like 53 or so. South of 53 all the way to 33. 95 is heavy from 28 to straight down the line to exit 5. 287 going east here with the fog into White Plains is a mess. So is the Cross County, Hutch, into Weaver. As we take a look at the southbound side of the Taconic over there by 100. Busy southbound thruway is crowded here from 14 down to 13 into 12. Head up towards Rockland, Orange counties, the Beacon Bridge, 84 looks in good shape. Brewster, we're fine. Southbound 684 down to Route 22 in Katona is crowded. West on 84 is really busy out of Middlebury, Southbury, Newtown into Danbury, and then eastbound is heavy here this morning into Route 7. Well, it looks like we have a crash there. Back to the cameras. I want to head up to here. You can see the fog in the distance. That's on the approach to the bridge. Okay, so let's do this. Let's bring in Connor here. That Route 1 accident he mentioned. There it is. Northbound south of Ridge Road. Thank you for that. You had it before they did, so congratulations, Connor. Traffic spotter there. Get some like t-shirts or something made up, right? Let's see if they got it on the camera. No, but there is a second camera there. Wow, look at that fog there. Yes, there it is. The right lane is shut. Wow, that's a big presence there. We got one tractor trailer, fire truck, box truck. This is coming up to the traffic light. It's going north, so it's taking out that right shoulder lane. Wow, a lot of traffic behind that. Let's bring this. So it looks like the 95 express lanes are open now. Damage, as they say, done here in the traffic biz. Now this should update to probably 90 plus minutes. No, it's still 4 minutes. That's wrong. The sensors are wrong wherever they got them here this morning. Well, I know where they have them. It's closer to south of Route 4, but it's an incorrect number. That's well over 90 plus minutes, almost 2 hours there. So the Route 1 deal is going to be here. Ridge Road. See you there. Back to College Road. So let's do this. I want us to look at that parkway over the Driscoll Bridge, why that's so heavy. Visibility is slightly limited, but it's not horrible. I've certainly seen worse. I think there was something that happened on 287 heading north in Edison is what's kind of screwing things up here, getting on to 440. And then fog begins to the tower. I can't see anything here at the turnpike. Through Colonia, we're seeing some, obviously the delays there. That's normal. Getting into Clark. That's through Clark here. Let's see the 42 tower. That's foggy, and that's just a parking lot as well. Continue further to the north. Here at 145, that is actually going south here. So I wonder if something happened. That's going north. That's all going north. Okay. Both ways in Bloomfield at 148. Look at this out of the Essex tolls on the left. Can't even move. This is by 151 in Nutley. It breaks up a little bit up to 153. 155A is moving tremendously better. Let's see. Loretta says, how is Route 1 heading to Princeton this morning? Okay. Out of the Bergen tolls, that's heavy. So Route 1 heading south is good through all the way from the Parkway through Edison, North Brunswick, South Brunswick, a little slow here at that Accident Ridge Road, but that's about it. Down to Princeton, it's fine. There's no major problems heading south, so that looks good. What was I doing? Dial in these cameras a little bit. 76 West, left lane is shut there. That's getting into the Walt Whitman, right at the Aljo curve. Bring in some of those cameras this morning. Yeah, that's getting north 295 to westbound 76 is just a parking lot. There's your accident right there. There it is on the shoulder. So that's on the shoulder with that tractor trailer, it looks like. Looks like maybe more of the tractor trailer broke down. That looks like the front of the cab is open. I mean, the hood. Looks like it's open. Okay. But that has just created havoc here on 42. Going northbound this morning. As you can see it here at the 55 interchange, it's barely even moving. And then we continue north on 42 at 41. That is crowded. I mean, look how bad this is getting south of 168. So, ton of traffic there this morning. Let's do this. Just go to just some spot checks of the cameras here at 8:15. We're going to get to Andy in the Weather Center in just a moment. I want to dial in first 78. I want to see how this fog is doing out through Jugtown Mountain. Yeah, it's definitely a foggy start there along 78. Pattenberg Road, sure. This is out in the Alpha Phillipsburg area. You can barely see 2 feet in front of you through the Watchung Reservation. East is on the left. Fog is prevalent there. Bonnie Burn Road is going to see some fog. This is west at Vauxhall, getting into 24. It's socked in with fog here in the Springfield Summit area. This is at Glenside in Summit, and this is by 24. You can barely even see 78 and 24 this morning. Let's go over towards Newark. Cameras out. So let's go to Route 80. Dial this in. Let's go all the way out to Warren County in Blairstown out that way. 94. That doesn't look terrible. A little bit of fog. Beautiful golden colors here in the trees. Got 80 at Warren. Gorgeous golden leaf color there on 80 at Warren. Let's see. Connor says, not surprised Route 18 is massive traffic jam starting from Edgeboro to you're heading to New Brunswick, emerging Route 1 facing to Edison. Yeah, it's just kind of the way that the road is designed. Plus, you have all the traffic emptying off there at 9 for the turnpike. This is 80 out by 206. Exit 25. You can see, well, you can barely even see. This is out by 183. Yeah. This is by Route 15, socked in with fog as well, all the way straight through the Denville area. Parking lot conditions here as you approach on into Parsippany. And 42, that's eastbound, that's going to be heading away from us. Let's dial in the Union Boulevard camera here at Totowa. That is eastbound coming towards us here at Route 19. Parking lot. Boy, it is ugly out here through Patterson, right? Into the Parkway. Barely even see anything. That's eastbound that's traveling away. Let's see here what we can. Head down the shore here into Tom's River. Let me see what it looks like at the Tunney and Mathis Bridge, what our fog conditions are. It's a light fog. Here it is at Hooper Avenue. Actually, not terrible. Head all the way down to Cape May. Just mild fog here on 109.50. Let's show you what it looks like towards Stafford. Doesn't look bad at all. And then as you get into Lakewood, maintenance. This is in Freehold. I'm hoping that one day they're going to change out these cameras because they look awful. This is at Ryan Road in Manalapan. Perrine Road, there's usually a pretty good chance of seeing some fog here, but it's just ugly. Ernston Road. Yeah, look at that. Getting up to the Parkway. Be careful. Ouch. Munchy. See what the Somerville traffic circle looks like. If we can dial that in, that actually doesn't look bad. Usually you see some fog settling in here at Somerville, Bridgewater, Raritan, but doesn't really look terrible, quite honestly. Let's see if this one in Morristown is working. No. I don't think any of these on the Skyway are working. No, this is the Charlotte Circle. You can see the fog settling in again here at the Holland Tunnel. Let's bring in those crossings numbers. Again, that George, there's something with that. Yeah, okay. So now they've populated up probably 50 to an hour for the upper. I'd say at least 60 minutes here at the George, at least an hour at the Lincoln, and about 35 to 40 at the Holland Tunnel. Let's bring in transit for the first time in our conversation. Start with NJ Transit to see what's happening here. Let's go to the main Bergen. 6:58 from Hoboken, 25 minutes late. Morris and Essex, 8:11 arrival in the Penn is 15, and Morris and Essex 8:13 arrival to Hoboken is 30. Hudson Bergen Light Rail departure from Hoboken, 8th Street is canceled. Let's go to Path. I thought I heard that there were some issues, power issues here on Path at one point this morning. See what they've got to say. Newark World Trade, train crew reported third rail power loss at Newark. That's not good. What is this here? Plan ahead, no service both ways between Harrison and General Square. Sunday, 2 to 8 a.m. Got to use buses and so forth there. Harrison and General Square, okay. Go to the MTA, let's see if there's any slippery rail conditions out there. Delays in the 4 northbound 4 trains are running delays while we address the signal problem at 176th Street. Let's go to the rails now. We'll bring that in. North is good. We've got Montauk, 5:30 a.m. from Montauk, doing a Long Island City, 8:44, 10 to 15. What's another 10 to 15 on a 3-hour ride? 6:57 report Jeff doing 100 Point Ave will be extended to Long Island City this morning. That's nice. Place in the Ronkonkoma branch. 737 train for Penn doing a Ronkonkoma 901 is operating 10 to 15. Okay. Let's do this really quick. Again, I got about 10 minutes left here. Let's go to the cameras this morning for the city. Kind of bring in those. And you can see that the Verrazano is like missing. You can't even see it. West Shore here at Bloomfield Avenue. Highland at Arden Avenue is good. Outer Ridge Crossing at Torrellan Avenue. That's going back to Jersey. SIE here at the Clove. East is heavy on the left there. Again, Highland. Expressway here at Richmond Avenue, that is moving away. That is busy. Victory, West Shore Expressway. Again, it's really that fog is just settled in here. Little front or something that come through here and kind of sanitize the air. The Belt at Flatbush is a foggy ride. Wow, they actually moved that camera. That's the first time I think I've seen that camera move in years. The Belt at Bay, 8th east on the left is heavy. Inbound Gowanus to the BQE is slammed. BQE here at Sackett Street in the Trent. Surprisingly, that's not as foggy as I thought it would be. Southbound there at the Brooklyn Bridge. Inbound at Atlantic is heavy. There's the BQE with the fog getting to the Williamsburg Bridge. Inbound Gowanus is a parking lot. There it is at the Prospect. Wow. Tons of traffic everywhere. So let's go into Manhattan. Midtown looks good. Coming off the Ed Koch for the lower is about 10 minutes there. Southbound FDR is a parking lot getting out to the RFK all the way down to 96th. You can see the fog here on the FDR at the Brooklyn Bridge. Henry Hudson at 125th is fine. 96th, West Street and the Intrepid, that looks good as well. Dial in the Bronx now. Southbound Bruckner at Castle Hill Avenue is busy. Bruckner at the Bronx River Parkway, that's the Bronx River too. Bruckner, I should say. The Bronx River Parkway here at 174th. Exiting volume there. South on the Deegan at Willis on the left is busier than north. And there's the Cross Bronx. Actually moves okay here by Webster Avenue. Getting to the George, you can't even see the George Washington Bridge. Oofa to that. South on the Deegan here is the ramp here is heavy, getting off onto the Deegan through the construction. Deegan at 230. Look terrible. I've seen worse. And we'll go to the Queens now. That's the Belt on the left, west of Cross Bay. BQE here at Broadway, getting closer to the Grand Central. Grand Central at 188th, barely moving. 35 minutes or so at the Midtown Tunnel. Jackie here is good at Forest Park. Westbound LI here, Queens Boulevard. That looks busy as usual. The Van Wyck at Hillside is a parking lot. LIE ramp to the westbound BQE is heavy. So is the Van Wyck at the Grand Central. And the Whitestone Expressway at 14th Avenue North is on the left is busy. Now we go to the Upper East River crossings. Brooklyn Bridge, that's the Battery Tunnel, about 15 there. Manhattan Bridge, upper roadway is good. That's the lower roadway there at the Manhattan Bridge. Williamsburg Bridge, inner roadway is fine. Midtown Tunnel, again, about 35. Lower the Ed Koch is good. A little busy, obviously, but upper level to the Ed Koch is busy. Upper ramp 23rd is good. So there's your spot checks this morning. Through the city. Connor says, all right, I'm going to head out. Got classes now. Enjoy the rest of your day, Don. Yes, enjoy the rest of the day, Connor. Thanks for joining us, my friend. See you tomorrow. We're just about ready to wrap things up here momentarily. Let's just run down the incident pages again and 511 site because I think it just populates everything all in one. So now north on the Parkway at 144, watch for a crash on the side. Route 1 going north of Ridge Road or into Ridge Road. There's a crash there. Again, that's going north, not south, north for Loretta. One right lane, the shoulder is shut, broken down tractor trailer. Stable truck, I should say, on the upper level to the George. 76 has that crash right at the 295 interchange. We've got 93 both ways at 46. Everything is shut there. 130 south of Browning Road. Here, I think there's a camera on 46. 93 is Grand Avenue. Let's take a look. It is Grand Avenue. Hey now. Yeah. So it looks like you're not going to have any access to get to Grand Avenue heading to the north of 46, because it's the exit here. This is 46 here. This is the exit. 46 getting out to Grand Avenue. Okay, so that's right up in here. Heading into Leonia. Bridges and tunnels again. Let's see what we got. Again, a solid hour plus here. Hour 15 maybe at the George, an hour at the Lincoln, about 45 to an hour here. Oh, I'd say probably a good hour all across the board, regardless what that says at 38 minutes. It's just a ton of stop and go traffic with this weather. It's just absolutely destroying traffic. Pretty much everywhere. There's really like no room to move. I mean, really the 295 thing now, I just have to see that. I don't know what the hell is going on here. North of Sloan. We're going to check that camera out, and then I think we're going to wrap it up here this morning. 295 at here. See if the camera works. Come on. It does. Heading north. What is going on there? Looks like the fog is lifting too in Mercer. And that's north coming towards us. So there's something's going on there and getting into Sloan Ave. Getting in here between there and where's Baker's Basin? There in Baker's Basin Road. So it's right in here. So something is happening here. Is there's something blocking a lane into Sloan, Klockner, getting down to 33. We're back. I mean, look at this delay. We're all the way back to 295. Take a look at that travel time. 5 north. Yeah, should only take you 8 minutes. It's almost half an hour. So be mindful of that there in the Trenton area. Be very, very mindful of that. Let's see what we want to do now. Back to the incident page. Let's bring in New York. Show you what's going on here. The belt eastbound at Owl's Head Park. Where's Owl's Head Park? Where did they come up with this stuff? That's supposed to be right off the Gowanus then. Yeah. Okay. Bring up these locators. It's like, okay, well, I get it, but Owl's Head Park, they're right. And they're right. Owl's Head Park. There we go. Look out for Owl's Head Park. Left lane is out this morning with this crash. The police car looks a little in a weird position. I don't know. I wonder if no, I don't think the police car was involved. Because they would have shut the road down, but huh. Those keeping score at home. That is right in here. It's actually right here, and you can see how this section of the belt, like no one ever uses, barely any traffic unless you shut the road down. I mean, no one ever uses this. Could be one of the best pieces of parkway in the entire city. Yeah, so there we go. We've got that. Sandy Coast Parkway, southbound of Crooked Hill Road, Pilgrim Psychiatric Hospital. Wow, very detailed there. Sawmill, southbound, crash there past the Cross County. Sawmill, southbound at 287. Southern State, the shoulder is still out there west, passing the Wantagh. Northern State, another misplaced tractor trailer. Maybe the fog is hampering the drivers. Visibility for drivers here this morning. So, all right, friends, I'm gonna wrap it up here to head out. So let's bring this in. So yeah, so we thank you so much for watching. Again, we'll have more updates as far as, you know, the show going forward for the rest of the year, Mondays and Tuesdays. We'll see what we can do. Next Monday we'll be on the air. Tuesday, not at this point. I just need to see the workflow, and it gets a little challenging to try to do the stuff on the road, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But certainly keep you in the loop to see what the situation is for the rest of the year. And it's hard to even say that the rest of the year only has 2 months left. And then we're into 2023. Where did 2022 go, right? Yeah. But anyway, we thank you so much for watching this shortened, abbreviated edition of the Tri-State Traffic Show. I want to thank our sponsors. Ralph over at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Travels with Darley, 22 North Avenue West in Cranford. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. Travels with Darley on Amazon Prime, PBS Create, Wonderum, and Ovation TV's Journey. Head to her website, darley-newman.com, for more information on her wonderful travel program. Also, the Shave Cave at 1471 Raritan Road in Clark. 908-325-6283 is the phone number for the best haircut in the Tri-State. Also looking for a quality, affordable vehicle, head on over to Maxim Motor Cars. I talked to my buddy Nick out there in Dover. That's on West Clinton Street or Route 15, and go to his website, MaximMotorCarsLLC.com. Once again, we thank all of you. Definitely please pass along the Tri-State Traffic Show to your friends. We'll just have them type in the search bar, Tri-State Traffic Show, and that will be on YouTube, also on Facebook. Ask them to like the page. It helps out John and myself in the traffic and weather centers. Also thank Andrew George in the Rutgers Weather Watchers studios out of Rutgers University in New Brunswick. So we thank them for the great forecast. We'll see the group tomorrow. We also thank the president, Johnny Rocco, as always, doing an amazing job there in his leadership of the Weather Watchers group, and continuing to do all the good work here for the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so we thank everybody, Connor, Loretta, Alexandra. How did I get that wrong? Alexandra and Anna for joining us here this morning. Drive safely. Have a terrific Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.